Hell, it's Base Trade TV.
Welcome back to the Acer Team Story Cup, guys. So we just hopped on the European server to accommodate the latency of both of these fine gentlemen. So I didn't quite have everything set up, but now I'm good to go. It is a best of 9 between these two teams. Empire-Fnatic, of course, the alliance between those two teams, versus Acer. It is at the moment 2-1 in the favor of Acer, as Zanster just knocked out Scarlet. But stepping up to replace her, no small fry. Previously a DreamHack winner, all-around badass, doesn't give a fuck. It is the Red Zerg player, Nerchio. And his opponent in the lower left from Fnatic. Wait, did I say Fnatic up here? I hope I said Acer. My brain's not working. Either way, Acer over there, Fnatic down here. It is the Blue Zerg player, Zanster. Yeah, and I'm all flustered still. I'll get over it here in a game or two. I'll be ready to have a smooth sail for the rest of the day. One of the things, too, I want to point out, guys, is in this sort of best of 9 format, there's a lot of opportunities for players to shine, for players to be incredibly good. And let's say, for example, either Zanster or Nerchio become impossible to deal with, and it goes to like the ace match, and they barely take him down. The reality is, one of the biggest rules of the Acer Team Story Cup is the fact that you can resurrect a player on your last life. So while Scarlet may have already fallen, while Nerchio may or may not go down here, these are two players that can come back into play a little bit later if Acer ends up getting sort of put on their last lives. Now, one other really fun thing to point out, guys, and I hope some of you know this, Nerchio has some of the most ridiculous CVC. I kind of quote Bly and Scarlet and all these other players on the team, but Nerchio's a guy who's kind of been on the backside for I would say the time being. His Ling Baneling aggression is some of the worst to hold off, but if you can, even if you get past this early game, what gets scary is his late game. I mean, Nerchio has some pretty weird games, especially versus his teammate Bly. One of my favorite things is, again, this one game, it was like Star Station, I'll never forget it. It was Spinecrawler Wars, there was Broodlords involved, it was the longest 50-minute ridiculous game ever. But for now, a little bit ways away from that. The locations they got on this map, by the way, not so bad. This is the shorter distances, I guess you could call it. It's always going to be cross-spun on Waystation, but it's a little bit 50-50 on which cross-spun you get. So like up here in the top left versus down here in the top bottom right is like some of the longest base-to-base distances ever. Whereas this one's significantly shorter. You get the option of potentially island bases. And you know what? I've been waiting and waiting, and my fingers have been crossed. We've been talking about it for a while. Like, there's the potential of those island bases. I really want to see a Zerg player go for, like, I don't know, an early ventral sack. Drop a drone off over there and just build a base. Because I don't think anyone would look for it. I really, truly don't. But, oh.
First blood.
I'm going to get popped off. And sadly, Zanster will be denied scouting information by Nerchio. Not by a lot, but by just enough, because what he doesn't get to see is gas count. Doesn't get to see that Nerchio pulled off of gases. And Nerchio, by the way, guys, if you watched him at the beginning of Part of the Swarm, if you watched him towards the end of Wings of Liberty, what you got to see was a lot of speedlings. Whether it was all-ins or not, versus Terran versus Protoss, and especially versus Zerg. Pulling off the gas right now, not looking to go for any potential banelings, with his speed finishing up in a moment's time. The thing is, there's not enough creep spread on this map. It's hard to get enough creep spread to go for that wall off they would typically need, they would typically like. And Zanster last game classically versus Scarlet and Ultrazine did not have those queens on the ramp to block. If he doesn't do this again, Nerchio's just going to run right past and do a ton of damage. Now he is trying to spread that creep, but there's no way he gets like an evolution chamber wall done in time. He did see these links coming thanks to the aid of those overlords. And these queens, there's 3 of them. But as they hold the ramp, they'll have to give up the mineral line. Nerchio kind of recognizing this, sends a couple links off to the side as well. This does force the drones into the fight for at least a moment's time. One of the queens does fall. Second one is getting really low. And Nerchio sending 18 more links behind this. As long as he can take favorable engagements, he will come out ahead on this. But he's got to knock down those queens first. The DPS that they bring to the party is insanely hard to deal with. 5 HP, drones on hold position. Nerchio trying desperately to chew through this wall to get to those queens that have almost no HP. But his link reinforcements need to get across the map first. And I think Zanster may be able to actually... Whoa, bro? Okay, that was a misclick. Goes for Bailiness instead. I was going to say... Burrow, I don't know what you could possibly do for Burrow that would make sense. They got a cool little drone killer. Forgot that they added that in. We get to see a lot of that during DreamHack. Anyways, Drones and Link's going to try and hold the line. Nerchio might just have a little too much. A Queen does go down. The rest try and run past. There's but one Queen in the main to hold this with no banelings in sight. I think Nerchio may have just speedling all in his way to victory. A little too early to tell. It's merely evened up for the time being, but Zanster's got a lot of links popping out. Nerchio's baneling nest will be complete soon, and if he keeps this up, if he continues this, oh god, he's gonna get another Queen. Another Queen goes down. Just drones for the time being. Down to 13 workers. Zanster without speed in such a terrible spot, and as Nerchio pulls off to the side, he's just gonna make a couple banelings. I really think a lot of this was played to the strength of the map as well. If this had been, say, Yonsu, it's not. Yonsu can't be played, it's not the map pool, but like if this had been Yonsu, there would have been a wall off, right? There would have been Queens on hold position over here, there would have been maybe a Spine Collar down with Evolution Chambers, but instead, no, none of that. And a Baneling, only he's one Zergling for now. He's gonna try and connect him more. This is so scary for Zanster. He's down in Zerglings, he's down in workers. GG is called. Nerchio will bring it back for Acer, now 3-1.